tips in my phone so that I can stay on task and not make this video extremely long. And I have some tea because of my throat. So, first tip that I have for you is to face your fears. Facing your fears builds confidence because you start to look at the fear as not really a fear, but a situation that you need to solve in a strategic manner. What I mean by that is, you know, whenever we fear something and we decide I'm not going to deal with it, you first of all have to realize that whatever you resist persists. Meaning it's going to continue to come up again and again and again until you deal with it strategically. You got to use strategy so that it becomes, you start to feel like, okay, this is a game instead of this is a problem. You know, this is just something that I need to deal with rather than, oh my God, I'm so scared because, no, you can't be like that because then your mind is scattered. You're not able to intelligently figure out, okay, this makes more sense to attack this problem this way than it does that way, blah, blah, blah. And so again, when you face your fears, you know, after a certain amount of time, it starts to be just a matter of, okay, this is the situation versus something you're afraid of. And then the more you do that, the more confident in your skills to be strategic and strategize what makes sense. And, you know, then fear just becomes something that you don't even deal with anymore. Second thing you want to do, seek knowledge. Learning should never, ever, ever stop. I don't care what your degree is in or how long ago you got your degree or how educated you are. You always want to be learning. You know, there are certain things that are not taught in the public school system and in colleges and universities. Like the truth, like things, like strategizing life situations. Degree does not make you wise. Experience and applied knowledge does. So when you read, let's say you have a high school education, if you stop learning in high school, you are very, very much so behind. But you know, don't worry about it. Just get some books and read, you know, do some researching. If you don't like books, then read, you know, articles and stuff like that. Watch videos so that you can gain that knowledge. But this is the book that I'm currently reading, The Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. And then this book, I got this book when I was working in the jail, because when you have discussions about whatever, this has some like political stuff in here, history about our presidents that helped, you know, further this agenda, this mass incarceration. And you know, when I have conversations and I'm so passionate when I talk about this, I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. You want to be able to add value to conversations, and that boosts your confidence. If you're just sitting there, let's just say, for example, you're at a party and people start talking about mass incarceration and you don't know anything about it. You know, you don't know anything about it, and you don't have anything to add to the conversation, and that would make anybody feel like they're invincible. That's never happened to me. I'm just saying these are reasons why you want to read and educate yourself, add knowledge to your brain, because you want to speak about things intelligently. And yeah, so then this book, you know, and also get things on wide subjects. Like, this is a relationship book. Osho was a very controversial man. And this is a controversial book. He talks about in here about how, you know, let your partner cheat, and if they cheat, don't be mad at them. Because this thing is all about freedom, you know, freedom and being alone. And when you are good being alone, you don't need a man or woman, a certain amount of money, a house, a car, all these things that kind of cushion us and make us feel good about ourselves. And once you feel good about yourself with nothing, then that's when you've reached like happiness and freedom and yeah, varieties of stuff so that you can talk about stuff. And then also, you know, you can start conversations about topics that maybe people have never heard of. You know, that will boost your confidence, just being able to maybe enlighten others, you know, with the things that you know and the books that you've read. Gain different perspectives, you know, like the guy Osho, his books are a little out there, but that adds to confidence and, you know, your repertoire, I can't even talk, of things to talk about. And perspectives, you know, perspective. What does this person think versus what that person thinks, and how can you apply it to your life? Next, Once you have gained knowledge, apply it. Okay? If you read a whole bunch of books, like self-help books, but you still are doing the same mistakes over and over again, you're still making the same mistakes, you might as well never read the book. Okay? And don't tell nobody that you read the book if you're still making the same mistakes. Because knowledge without application is just complete foolishness. I have to get the exact quote, but knowledge without application, like seriously, don't waste your time reading a book if you're not going to apply it. Wisdom comes from application. Growth comes from application. Confidence comes from application of the things that you've learned. Next, stop comparing yourself to others. The more you compare yourself to others, the more you diminish your value, the more you break your own self down, the more you look at other people up on a pedestal, whereas you should be looking at them as equals, because we're all equal. What makes us different is what we do with our time, what we do with our brain, and the choices that we make, obviously. So just do what other people are doing, you know, do what other people are doing so that you can, so that you understand that there's nothing special about any of us. It's about our application and our strategy when it comes to life, you know. And this goes from looks to people's education, to their salary, to where they live, to what they drive. Who cares? You know, focus on yourself, because when you focus on yourself and you focus on your own greatness, it starts to expand. What you focus on expands. The more you focus on somebody else, the more you look at them like, oh, you know, like God-like, like, oh, you know, why can't I be? You can be if you want to be, but you have to do, you know, you have to put the work in. So the next tips are going to be about things to do, you know, on outwardly. When you speak to people, look at them in the eyes, okay? Look at them in the eyes. If you're afraid of doing that, then get a mirror and look at yourself in the mirror. I'm in front of a mirror. And just stare intently into your own eyes. This might be uncomfortable at first, but the more you do it, the easier it'll be. You know, smile at yourself, tell yourself, you know, affirmations, whatever affirmations you want. This is something that I used to do. I also would practice speaking in the mirror. So looking at yourself in the mirror is like practice for looking at other people in their eyes, you know. And when you're speaking, you want to speak with people in their face. You know, if you kind of stray away a little bit, like I do sometimes, that's fine, but make sure you come back, because that shows the other person that you're confident. You're confident in what you're saying, and you are not afraid. You're not intimidated. You never want to appear to be intimidated by anybody or anything, because then you look less confident. So practicing speaking in the mirror is a tool for you to use. Practice pronouncing things. This is where, you know, also the book thing comes in. When you're reading books and you don't understand a word, look it up so that you can connect the words to the book and what the author is trying to convey to you. And then practice saying them over and over again. Write them down. You want to learn new vocabulary, you know, so that when people say certain things, you're not in the dark and you don't look stupid, you know, trying to figure out what they're talking about. So look things up and then practice speaking, pronounce, enunciate, project. Don't be like this, you know, yeah, my name is Shakira and welcome back to my channel and blah, 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 blah. That is not how I speak. I project my voice because I want you to hear me, okay? And not only do I want you to hear me, like, I'm confident. And when you talk and pronounce things and enunciate and you project and send your voice somewhere, you are getting your point across also, which demonstrates confidence. Like, you have a point and you don't want it to be lost in the sauce. You want your point to be driven home. Next, okay, when you walk around, okay, when you're out and about, at work, wherever, at home, it doesn't matter where you are, I bet not see your shoulders like this. And, you know, this means I'm an easy target for whatever. For, you know, there are people out there that prey on people that look like they have low confidence, okay, that look like, hey, I can run all over her. So if you're like this, if you're slouching, if your posture is poor, you don't look confident. Bring your shoulders back, stand tall. know that you should be standing tall. You should be proud of yourself. This exhibits confidence. Even if you got to fake it until you make it, then do that, you know. Especially if this is something that you're working on. But shoulders up and back, it also makes you look slimmer. It makes you look more put together. It makes you look tall. It makes you look confident, and that's what you want. So shoulders back, belly button in, okay? But don't be like this, you know. My shoulders are relaxed, but my belly button is engaged. And that is years of practice. And it's good for all sorts of things. But posture is going, you know, correct posture is going to make you appear confident. You know, walk tall. Walk tall, chest is up, you know. Chest is up and out, and you're projecting your voice. You have eye contact. You're facing your fears. You're reading books. And all of this, you know, pot of all these ingredients in a pot will give you the confidence that you're looking for. So you guys, I hope that this video made sense. These are all the tips that I've used to boost my confidence. As a Virgo, again, I used to lack confidence. I used to not speak like this. I used to, you know, compare myself. I used to, everything I'm telling you not to do, I used to do. So from then and now, you know, I've made great strides. And also remember, and I tell myself all the time, you know, when you mess up, when you do things that don't show that you're confident, just, you know, keep it going. Keep it going. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? But the point is that you need to work on these things so that you are not a target for, you know, energy suckers and leeches and stuff like that. And so that you can be who you are supposed to be, who you're meant to be. So I'm gonna stop rambling, you guys. I am gonna let you go. I'm gonna go work out. I thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you have the notifications on so that when I upload, you can be aware. With that said, I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.